Wow, we look ridiculous.
I was not prepared. Hi, everybody. My name is Beth. I'm your kind of benevolent Wow.
Hmm? Yeah?
Yeah.
Great start.
I was going to say BM. I am a lovely bowel movement, nice and gentle.
Yeah.
DM.
Sometimes you just gotta get it out, like before stream.
We are Power Wordplay. This is our run through of Princess of the Apocalypse, and you caught us on a great night because we did a God, kitty. We did a holiday gift exchange, and we are opening stuff tonight. Nobody knows who got who. I thought it would be fun to give it a little D&D twist, so we, as a group, are going to roll for initiative for opening our gifts. Everybody get me your D20s.
Alright, Beth, I'm gonna use the one you got. The big
Yeah,
metal
you
boy.
Alright, I'm gonna use Hana.
Crit!
I'm using Hana's.
Oh.
Yay! Okay,
Woo!
so Nikki is a 20.
Hana, your dice lives to see another day.
I got
All right.
4.
I got a 19.
All right, that's another high one. Who else thinks they had a high one?
18.
Ooh.
12. 14.
Okay. Miranda was 12. Okay. Rocky, what'd you get?
1.
Aww.
I'm the loneliest number.
Aww. Okay, so next is Will. Oh no, Will, you got a 4.
I got a 4, yes.
Okay, so next is me with a 5. Beth,
Excellent.
I'm gonna need you to
Will.
keep that. I'm gonna need you to keep that energy all night, Beth.
Yep, feeling good. It's my new cat butt die, and I didn't even get a cat butt. I got a 5.
Oh. Is the
Okay.
cat butt a 1 or a 20?
Yeah, no, it's a 1. It's the cat. I assume the cat face is a 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I suppose it's really up to my discretion.
Because there's only one butthole.
This is true.
Also, only
Also,
one face.
ass.
I mean, you got a weird cat.
No, there are 2 cat eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So Nikki,
And then
natural
like
20.
a cat mouth, so it's 2 and 0. Yeah.
Alright.
Sure. So I don't know if everybody heard me earlier, but we're also going to play one of my favorite games that I actually realized that I don't like that much when we did this on Sunday.
No.
Once you
I
open
liked
your
it.
gift, I need a person that you think it came from and a reason why. And we'll see who is correct at the end of all things.
Okay, so here's where. Alright, I'm gonna open the one that says Power Word Play Secret Santa first, because I know that that's the one that I have to open. I also got another one that. I don't know. It was on my list, I think, but I don't know who it's from. And then I got one from Alexandra. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the one that I know is for this.
Those scissors look comically large.
I just have small hands.
Well,
Not
I
as
think
small
it's
as
the
Alex,
background as
but-
well. They just look really big.
I'm gonna open mine with battle axe, so get ready.
Ooh, pretty wrapping. So pretty.
Ooh.
Someone knows me well because I like purple. Oh wait, it has a card on it. Do I open it or do I not open the card?
I would wait on the
she's
card.
fishing.
I would
Look, she's
wait
fishing
on the
to figure out who
card.
it's from.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't open it. I asked. Okay. Oh gosh, they nodded the shit out of this. Can we go to technical difficulties?
It's like me on Sunday. I like kept pulling like bubble wrap out of the bag.
Okay. Alright.
I used to do that as a kid for like my brother's gifts. I'd wrap them and then wrap them and then wrap them and wrap. So it was like 4 boxes.
Haha! Oh, still wrapping.
Oh, these backgrounds are having fun with us. We keep
Yeah, I'm
moving
turning mine
through.
off. As much as I like
Mm.
the background, it really messes things up.
Yeah, my whole website is blurring.
Yeah.
It is still in beta.
I got a supernatural tarot card deck.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That
I'm
is the most Nikki
so
thing I've ever heard
excited
of.
with these. Ooh, who did this come from? I don't know. Okay, first impressions, it's Beth, because we talked about this and like we had talked about tarot a while back and like how you were kind of interested in it, and then I'm like, oh, they need a supernatural one, and then Beth drops the link and I'm like, I need this. So first impression is that it's Beth.
Okay. Beth. Okay, now open the card. And if it
Okay.
has a name on it, don't tell us the name.
Okay. Oh, it does not. Oh, but it says on the road so far. It's a supernatural reference.
That's nice.
That's so nice. Okay.
Oh my
I love
god.
that. Sorry. Guys, I'm a nerd. It's fine. You knew this. This is what you get.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you. Do I go for the next one?
Everybody can just open up the box for me in the background and just hold it up when it's your turn, because everybody got that box.
Okay.
And
That
everybody
mean-
has candy to get them through stream.
Oh my gosh,
Nice.
Alexandra, you did a label maker, didn't you?
No, I printed it out at the library and then
Oh.
put packing tape on top of it.
Yeah.
So we can all open this one?
Okay.
It's got candy, so if you want candy for stream tonight.
Oh
Of course
boy.
I want candy. I mean,
Already open.
Yeah, I know.
Kendall.
What? I'm not to be trusted.
Okay, I have something in here that is for Hana, and I don't know if she's watching right now because she is currently
Anna, close your eyes.
I will oh, she's just a little baby dragon. Oh wait, little baby dragon. Ah, so cute.
There's so much tape on this package.
Okay, so this Oh! Okay,
Say hi to our mod.
Say hi.
Hi.
Which one is for her?
Tiny black
Is it
box.
this one?
Yes.
Okay, here you go. It's from Alexandra.
I love how she just disappears behind your background.
Yeah.
Like she's like jumping out of
Hang
the
on, wait,
out of the
I got
In
ether.
the fireplace.
Yeah, she's coming down the
There we
chimney.
Change background. Here we go. Okay.
Look how cute.
Ooh.
I have problems with boxes, guys. Fine.
It wasn't my
I'm gonna
fault.
let that
Not
one. I'm gonna let that
normally.
one go. Yeah.
Not normally, but
Oh. Okay.
cardboard one, sure.
Beautiful
That's
candy. Ooh. Bubble wrap,
they are-
my favorite thing in the universe.
They are will-approved candy canes.
What?
That means they're boring for the listeners at home.
Yeah. There's. Ooh,
Okay, I'm gonna open this one first.
it's a purple dragon.
Ooh. Winter warming potion. It's hot cocoa. So cute. I also love hot cocoa. So, if given the choice between tea, cocoa, and and coffee, I'd pick hot cocoa every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
it's so nice. I love this a lot. Okay, and then do this one. I love the ribbon. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, yay! It's a cross stitch that says that's how I roll. I love it. Thank you. Okay. And the last one, I really don't know if it's for this or if it's from someone else. So I'm gonna wait, I guess.
That's your call.
Ah,
Just open it.
I don't know who it's from. If it's from, because I have a gift exchange tomorrow and they use the same list. So if someone got me something and sent it, then I'd be opening the gift.
Then don't do
Ah.
that. Then
Yeah.
don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna,
save
I'll,
it.
I
Save
will
it.
wait. I
Yeah,
will wait.
don't do it, and then when we all reveal our people, they will tell you. If you
Yes.
are.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I am done for now. Thank you, and I'm excited to find out who was lovely.
All right, Alex, you're up next.
It's this one big boy. Also, I did open Alexandra's gift just now, and it is very pretty.
I
I
did
will-
too. It's awesome.
figured
So
out what
everybody
I
should
will
have
do
hot
with them.
chocolate and Hershey's Kisses and tiny cross stitches.
Well, yeah, now I have hot chocolate to put in my gayest barbarian mug, so.
Yes.
You're welcome. It's really weird having you for both gift exchanges. I had to spread out the gifts, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You better be lying.
What?
You better be lying. Beth said not to reveal. You
Oh,
dummy.
shit.
So you're probably lying, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna go over and rage.
Hey, that's my job. As you
I
can't see me behind
There's
this
a box in your face. Yeah.
Life imitates art.
Oh, no, no.
Ooh, wine glass.
It's a glass. Well, this first one is a glass. There's a lot of stuff.
That glass.
Glass. It says dynamite on it. And it has
Yes.
a dinosaur on it,
Nice.
which goes with my shirt very well today. Everybody sees there are dinosaurs on my Hawaiian shirt. Second glass. Well, so many glasses. So much.
It was so thoughtful of them to get a giant box for Rory. They knew it would be
I
important.
know. He is waiting very patiently by my foot right now. This one says, "You bet Jurassican."
Fun gift would be
Yes,
appropriate.
yes. Yes, it is. And that has a T-Rex on it. It's just like so much stuff. Whew. Rory is having a party by my feet right now. Stuff.
Ooh, piece of
Pressure's
candy.
on.
I have no candy canes left in the house. They all got shipped out to all of you.
I appreciate the actual candy canes.
And Rocky, yours is coming Friday.
I was actually just thinking I was gonna go check the shipping on it.
It's
There's another
being slow. It won't get
dinosaur?
till Friday.
It says T-Rex? Question mark?
Yes. Did you get like a whole set?
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
That is awesome. And there's one more.
Oh yes.
Ooh, let's guess the dinosaur. I'm going with Triceratops.
Oh wait,
One
there
of
was a T-Rex already, right?
Yeah,
There were-
nobody's played
And an
this-
Allosaurus. They're the ones with the
And-
long necks, right?
or a Stegosaurus.
No,
or-
Stegosaurus.
Brontosaurus.
Stegosaurus or
okay.
Brontosaurus.
Yeah, there
That's
was
an
a...
Allosaurus.
You also have a Plesiosaurus, but that's a water one. Nobody knows that one.
Excuse
It's
me.
also an X.
No, that's a thesaurus.
Do you think he saw us?
Oh, never mind.
It's a pterodactyl.
There you go.
Yeah. Actually, it's called a pterosaur because they're not called pterodactyls anymore, for your information.
Interesting.
I got a sore ass. So... Thank you.
Did you now?
Who would buy
Fine.
Allosaurus?
I have so many glasses now.
So many pun glasses.
So many pond glasses. I like wine glasses. And that's my gift. And
Who knows
thank you,
that
whoever
you would
got
like
them for me.
dinosaur puns?
Well, here's the thing.
Everyone.
This person actually messaged me a few times asking me if I were to personalize an item, what would I put on it? Anonymously asked me through Elfster. So,
Thank you, Elfster.
thank you, Elfster. And I feel like Kendall was giving me a red herring by saying that he had me for both, and so I will not be choosing him. I'm going to say Rocky,
Rocky.
because Rocky likes wine. And wine glasses.
Port. Yeah, port.
Port.
No, there are about 50 bottles of wine in my office
Yeah.
right now.
Rocky appreciates a good wine glass and a good pun, so I'm going to say Rocky.
Nice. Okay. Kendall, you're up next.
Woo! So the return address is to my favorite dice company ever. So I'm very excited about what is inside of this, and it is heavy. Oh god. Oh man. Okay.
Who's your favorite dice company?
Misty Mountain Gaming. They
Yeah,
make
sponsor us.
awesome
Free
dice.
plug! Free plug here!
Awesome dice. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if we
Ooh,
can
very
see.
cool.
They're
But-
blue and white.
Metal,
And, like,
super
brass,
heavy,
right?
and brass.
Ooh.
And then this
Cool.
that weighs. Yeah, there you go, babe. You see it? And this weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I don't know what this is. It's big too. Oh man. Beth, I would like to formally submit my application to take over all D100 roles for the game.
Nice.
Oh,
I
That's
almost
cool.
dropped it because it literally
How
weighs
appropriate.
probably a pound.
It's like a fucking
Is
ball
it metal?
bearing.
It's insanely heavy. Yeah.
Roll it once and tell me what you get.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Oh, gotta christen it.
It broke my dice tray. 30.
you're lying, right?
No, I am. Oh, Nikki was like, I bought him that
Oh.
shit.
It's just like splinters it outward.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
this
like
is
a cannonball
awesome.
went through the deck.
Yeah, I love these. I love Misty Mountain. Their dice are a little bit on the pricey side, but their return policy and the replacement of everything, and they're always so gorgeous and so heavy. Oh man. How many people know that I'm so gung ho for this company? I know Nikki knows. I think Will does too, because we talk dice a lot. So I'm either Nikki or Will. Oh, we'll go with Will. We'll go with Will.
Well, all right. Alexandra, your turn.
Let's do.
I bet $10 that you got like 20 sets of dice.
So the box isn't like clangy, so maybe? But these scissors are not my
Disappears
sewing
into the
scissors and they're not
fireplace.
sharp.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, we have a moment. Thank you, Syrinscape, for this cool. It's called Catan music. So we're settlers right now on our frontier holiday.
There is a lot of this in the box.
You're not showing up
You're
at
not
all.
showing
Yeah,
anything.
we couldn't
yeah.
see it at all.
There's a lot of white and gold confetti. A lot of white and gold confetti.
Hey, Nikki, did you get Hana's message in chat?
Did she see Hana? Okay. All right, I will. Yep. Thank you.
Ooh. It's a pretty box.
Oh, that is pretty.
Mimic.
Very pretty.
Probably
It's a
another
mimic.
Oh, no, it's full of embroidery supplies.
Excellent.
It has a hedgehog who's in love with a pincushion.
Oh.
Look at that hedgehog.
Oh.
Very cute.
And it's full of thread and bobbins and all the city supplies I need. Thank you. My guess doesn't count because I have meta knowledge because I appreciate your attempt to censor, but Sharpie did not work, Will.
From Will. Okay.
There's 2 votes for me so far.
Oh,
So
that means I'm wrong. I would like to switch mine to Nikki.
I
Oh,
appreciate
right.
the valiant attempt at censorship.
my message was from Hana was I need to open this one, so I am going to do that as well. But continue.
Okay. Miranda, you're up next. Oh, the poor cat.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Rory.
Oh, it's a dinosaur.
Yes.
Poor
That's
kitty. He looks so
Now
put
she
out.
has matching glasses when torturing her cat.
So whoever got me knows that my favorite thing about Christmas is not getting gifts, but it's just the unwrapping of gifts. So there are 3 separate packages. So
I also definitely got my guess wrong. But I'll still keep it to the end. But there's a note in here that is a dead giveaway. So,
Wait, who was your guess? I missed yours.
my guess was Beth.
Was me.
Okay.
I got a. Sorry to interrupt. I got
No,
an
go ahead.
intro to hand lettering book, and I've been wanting this for a while because I've been trying to get better with like handwriting for DM things because at some point I'd like to run a campaign. So that's an anticipation of this. So thank you, Secret
Very
Santa.
cool.
Yay.
Or holiday sprite, are we calling it?
Yeah.
sounds like
Winter Sprite.
Winter
Something.
sprite. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
so. The first thing I unbagged was a fanny pack that says bag of holding.
Cute.
I
That's
love
awesome.
Solid.
That's awesome.
I don't want to cut. Feels soft.
I'm always
So I
afraid
will
I'm going to do that. I'm afraid I'm going to
Yeah.
slice through something
Yeah.
important.
If I roll this on my table, it does not stop rolling. Like it just goes.
I'm very confused. It feels like a pair of gloves, but it feels like they have batteries in them.
That's so weird.
Let's keep it PG-13.
Okay, what? There is an on-off switch. What happens when I turn them on?
Well, they do one of two things. I
Yeah,
can tell you
they,
that.
they either warm your hands
PG-13.
or my job got a lot easier. One or the other.
PG-13.
Oh my god.
Move, insulate, tab in glove. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out.
They're
It's sewed in.
They're Mickey Mouse clubs?
Do they warm? They're probably warming
Oh.
gloves or something.
Probably electric, yeah.
Oh, okay. There's a
You
belt.
had them inside.
This is ridiculous.
We're so good at this, guys.
So confused.
I just realized exactly what these are for. And I think I know who had me now. I think I know. Hold on. Let me get this ready. Because this is gonna be
Wait, are they for spirit fingers? Because that would be awesome.
chaos.
They light up. That's awesome.
That's
I'm not gonna lie, that Oh, there's different settings. Okay, now I need to figure out how to shut them off, so I don't waste the battery. So just gonna say right now, I think Alex had me, because chaos. That was a roller coaster. Okay, and then this box. I'm gonna say I guessed it before this Etsy seller ruined it.
Aww.
It's fine.
I did guess it.
You did.
Nice.
It's okay. I think half people know who they're getting.
Oh my gosh,
Ew.
it's a tumbler. That
Oh,
is
that's cool.
gorgeous.
That's awesome.
That's
That
so
is really
pretty.
cool.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. Also, it was for your burning hands and for chaos fingers.
Oh,
Yes.
That makes sense.
I love it.
nice.
Thank you so much.
Alex, how come she gets like cute burning hands and
And you get Eldritch Blasted?
what the hell?
Because Miranda scares me? I don't know.
That is acceptable. That is the correct answer. All right.
I didn't want to see Miranda's face on camera. If I gave her some kind of joke gift and she just like death glared me across the way. Be bad. Be bad for this friendship.
Okay, I am next, and I'm actually going to go backwards. I'm going to do the thing that I know. This is from Alexandra. Mine was not a big box.
It
I don't
still
know
has
how to-
bill-approved candy canes.
Okay.
If they break.
All right. Ooh, it's so prettily wrapped. Candy and chocolate.
Yes.
Pretty the thing is, guys.
I know,
Oh,
the
pretty.
wrapping is so beautiful.
Okay. So I'm metaing because I know it's a cross stitch because she gave everybody cross stitch. But Weaver of Lore and Fate, Dungeon Master. Look how pretty!
Ooh, so
Oh,
pretty.
that's fun.
Wow,
That's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
Thank
There-
you, Alexandra.
There are so many mistakes, it drives me nuts.
Oh,
I
girl,
don't
that
see a
looks
one.
so
Really good.
Okay, you
It
just
looks
never
great.
have to look at it again because Beth
Well,
will.
No, because I'm gonna put it like right here.
Okay.
So people forever have to see.
You can't tell.
Yeah, it'll be
Cannot
far
tell.
enough away. All right, thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
I'm gonna keep this ribbon.
Same way I see all the mistakes in that one and that one. I just
Hey,
they're all over. I cannot cross.
Alexandra, the Amish in every single like work of art or crafting that they do purposely make one mistake because no piece of art is perfect and the beauty's in imperfections. Just saying.
Yes, but this is because I can't count to 5. The
Okay,
tail
yeah,
on your jacket is one
that's on you.
block too long.
That's on you. Yeah. I would have never
I
noticed that.
can't tell. Okay. Box.
I'm just enjoying watching Alex over here playing with her suspenders.
Oh, I think these are the tarot cards I had on my list.
Ooh, I
Yes,
know
they
Beth
are.
has wanted tarot cards for
Yes.
like the longest.
And I wasn't gonna get them just because I knew I put them on my list. So you can't really tell by the art at the front, but here's an example of what the style is.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
yeah, they're gorgeous. Yeah.
I'm super excited. I
They're
can
so
finally learn
pretty.
tarot. Okay.
Tarot buddies.
Thank you. Yay! You'll have to teach me.
Yes.
Okay.
Kendall, there's mistakes in the wing, in the tail, in the lettering. It's all over the
Stop!
place on that
It's
jacket.
gorgeous.
Oh,
and then-
just
Oh, Will told me about this, and I put it on my list. It's a Rocket book. So I can actually take handwritten notes and not have to transcribe them.
oh,
Really
they will
cool.
appear.
yay!
Yeah. Awesome. I don't know how to open it though. We'll figure that out later. So I'm also gonna say Will.
Oh, I'm popular guy
Everybody's guessing Will. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Will solely because he told me about this, and I feel like he would know which one to get. I think.
Interesting theory.
Yeah, that's the best I can do. I'm probably
Interesting.
5 kinds of wrong.
Because
Thank you, whoever it was.
All 3 of you, you're welcome from me, by the way.
Yeah.
I think I have the best proof, but you never know.
Yeah, Alexandra might have the best proof. I've seen the box.
I found.
Ooh, look, another sticker.
It's
death
so
card.
pretty.
That's cool.
Pretty.
I will say when I was throwing mine away, I found a billing address, and so now I do know whose mine is, and it's not.
Oh.
Well, hush. We will figure it out. Okay. Will, man of the hour, you're up now.
All right. Let's see. Mine has a note, so I'm going to read the note afterwards before I see what I got. So I got these really cool dice with they have gears on the inside. These are perfect Bjorn dice. It's hard to see them, but they have little gears on the inside.
Nice.
Very
It's
cool.
really difficult to tell. These are really cool.
I think the color is sort of Bjorny too.
Yeah, they're like an orangish, reddish color. They're really cool, kind of like a maple syrup almost. I'm gonna use those tonight for Bjorn. And then there's a little box in here as well, and it's kind of heavy. Okay, and there's a littler box inside that one that's even heavier. All right, someone thinks they're funny because it's... There we go. Oh, it says Mithril Armory. I know what this is. These are awesome. I've been wanting one of these.
Is it the safe dial thing?
It's a spinner. They're these really cool RPG spinner dice spinners that I saw RuneSmith makes them, and I cannot open this apparently. And I saw them on their Curse of Strahd stream and thought they were awesome. And so to roll, you spin, and it has a little blue dice. So I just rolled a 13. So really neat, really cool.
Is it heavy?
And I'm gonna, it probably weighs 1.5 pounds, maybe. Like it's solid.
Nice.
They're actually smaller than I thought they would be, but I'm gonna bet that this was Kendall because I remember telling Kendall about these in chat. However, I have a note in here that may give me a clue. Do I read? Oh, it actually has the person's name.
Oh, don't read it. So don't say anything. No.
I will not. I'm going to vote that it was myself that got this one.
Yeah. Everyone vote Will. One of us will be right.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, the man who does our recaps, Rocky.
The Rock Man.
All right, I got a helper here. So
got a baby.
So I got like 4 things to unwrap here, and they're all the same gift person. So I'm gonna set my card aside and then start with the squishy things.
Squish.
Squish.
I think I'm pretty sure I already know who mine is. Oh, ooh, squishy little sword guy. Hehe. You think? Sword and a stone? It's a dice.
Oh, sweet.
It's a dice with a sword.
Yeah, with a sword.
It's kind of. Can
Cute.
you turn
It's
off
hard
the
to
background?
see
We can't really
Rocky's
see what it
background.
is.
Yeah.
It looks like a little.
Well, it's like a sword in the stone.
It's a D6.
Oh, that's cute.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's a
cube.
gelatinous cube. I bet.
It's a
It's cute.
Oh yeah.
That's cute.
That's what it
very
is.
Cute.
Adorable.
That's cool. Oh, they're squishy. Yeah, now my wife will know when I'm mad or happy or sad.
Mad or mad.
or sad.
Either mad or
They're both adorable.
Angry or cute angry.
I got 2 modes: angry and worse.
Ugh. This is a book of some kind. Ah, yes. Those of you who play with me on Fridays and Sundays will rue this day.
Oh,
Oh no.
It's like 170 pages almost.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Nice. And then... Well, did someone like ran out of paper? But it's in a box of some sort, so.
Somebody just got called out on their rapping skills on air.
Aw.
Oh.
You want to grab it, Donnie? No. I've seen these. These are funny.
Nice.
Very cute.
Nice.
The only complaint is that why does the dad have low wisdom?
Because dads do dumb shit, and then they're smart enough to tell to
Yeah.
convince their wives that they didn't.
Man, your perception is shit, Rocky. I mean, God.
I know. Well, I don't even have proficiency in it. It's like, and I'm short of proficiency. I have athletics and
He said, "I'm short of
proficiency."
proficiency."
Oh,
Rocky,
God.
just
Your game
take
rolls.
like a bleach pen and just fill in some proficiencies.
well, I do have Jack of all trades. It says. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're covered
There you
then.
go.
You're
You're
fine.
fine. You're fine.
So I'm just cutting open the letter. So my guess was that Kendall had me, and I know it was either Kendall or Miranda because it has their return address on it. My initial guess was Kendall, but now I'm not. It might be Miranda. I'm gonna stick with my original guess, Kendall.
Okay.
Oh, and the card doesn't give it away. Damn.
Man.
So, because I'm so happy with how this played out, I'm actually going to go first and say that I had Alexandra. So I was freaking out when she said that she recognized Will's name on the box. Because it was the box from Will that he sent me my gift in. You were looking at the return address.
God.
That is some sleuthing right there.
That was so
clever.
slick.
Oh! Wild.
Yeah,
Alexandra
inspiration.
was like, man, Will had to cross out the she thought that your wife wrote the address,
Yeah.
It's very
so,
poorly censored.
so
Oh
for
my
those of you
God.
watching the stream, I made everybody these little potion bottle things and sent them out. And for Alexandra, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why, but I just I jacked up her address real bad. That's
oh
funny.
my
Okay.
God.
I
That
feel
is
like I
a
win.
natural 20 in stealth. Jesus.
That was clever.
That forgery kit.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, the funny thing is, though, Alexandra opened the box for me, and that is the one that I sent her that had the jacked up address. So I don't know.
no. So you sent me a potions bottle, right?
Yes, but
And I
I did
needed
send
a-
her one.
Right. But I needed a box for her gift to go in, and it was the perfect size. And I was like, but he's written all over it. So I covered my address with like a sticker from the
She
post office.
Sharpied over yours.
And I Sharpied over yours.
Yeah.
So when Alex
So it
was
looked
over
like
for
you just didn't
Thanksgiving,
cover it enough.
when Alex
Alex
was over
thought
for
I-
Thanksgiving, I was like, "Look at this box."
Yeah. I was like, okay, Will. It's all right.
Got it.
Oh
So
man.
then are we going to the person who had?
Yeah, let's do that.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, Alexander reveal.
Oh, I think Nikki knows that I had her.
Yes. It was a misdirect, and then I saw the hand lettering box says to my operations manager.
Yes.
So
Oh,
I was like, oh yes.
Because I got that like when we decided to do this.
Yes, exactly. Yes, fair. So thank you, appreciate it.
Well-
I had Will.
You did. Can I read your letter now? I
Nice.
haven't read it yet. I opened
Yeah.
it.
Go ahead.
Is it okay for me to read it out loud, or should I
Sure.
just read it to myself?
You can read it.
It says, "Happy holidays. I'm so thankful to have met you and that we get the chance to hang out weekly for Power Word Play and for Funny Thing About Death. While Umbra's still growing on me, Yvain definitely will become bolder.
Oh no!
Continue stunts like that on the River Snake. Hope you enjoy the gifts. Cheers to our continued friendship and adventures."
You said that he could read it. This is your own fault.
Oh, that's
So for
funny.
those of you at home,
You did it.
we have a
You're
wonderful
growing roses.
DM who runs a Curse of Strahd game on Mondays that a lot of us are in. And Umbra was Will's character that Nikki's character got dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it
I
is.
mean, Nikki didn't really do it. We followed her in, but you know.
No.
Said with
Working
love.
eventually.
Said with love.
That card did not age well.
No, it didn't.
No.
Umbra's
Shit,
still
it was there
growing
2
on me.
days after that note was written, probably.
Oh God! Somebody send that to Keith immediately.
So,
Is that?
oh god.
Well, I really
will-
like Altair.
I'll go next. Since everyone was wrong, all of you picked me. I had Alex actually.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, Alex put her. She had the most, as Alex is very random. She had the most random items on her Elfster
Yes,
list,
it
and I
did.
was like, well, I saw that someone already bought the gayest barbarian mug. That was gone.
That was
which was my
me.
choice.
Yeah, I had her for Odyssey.
And so I was like, well, crap. So I got the dinosaur mugs, and then I was like, I gotta look up puns. So I seriously spent probably 2 days looking up dumb dinosaur puns. And yeah, so.
I love all of them.
That's
So
awesome.
thanks, Will.
Yep.
I had Miranda. It's really bad because my Secret Santas always know that it's me. Like Beth immediately guessed who it was because I'm a troll. So like
We'll say you did a good job. The gloves were a hint, and then the Etsy seller really did you dirty.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah.
The fanny pack's awesome, by the way.
Yes.
I love the fanny pack.
I'm excited to break this out. Rocky, you were wrong. I had you.
It was you?
It was me.
Oh.
I really thought that the handwriting and the drawn on wreath on the box would have given it away.
I did, but I also had the thought that Kendall might have had you do that to try to throw me off.
Mm-hmm.
When there was the
Yep.
cube, I was like, did she make that?
He
Yeah.
was working on it during
Yeah,
Friday
she
night.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
she made it.
That's amazing.
She was working on it during Dragons and Storms for
Yeah,
multiple
you've
weeks,
definitely
actually.
seen it.
Aww.
Shows how much I'm paying attention. Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yes,
I like
had
it.
you.
My son just came in here. Why'd you open presents early?
Oh, buddy.
I apologize for all the extra wrapping, but as I said, opening is
Oh,
the best
fine.
part. So everything got individually wrapped.
Oh yeah. So, I had Kendall.
I love you, buddy.
Nice.
I know you love dice, and
These
I
are
know,
gorgeous.
and I know, you play in several of Beth's games, and she loves D100s, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get
The
you
biggin.
a golf ball dice.
I wish you guys could feel how heavy this is. Like, this is a murder
This
weapon.
thing too.
Yeah,
I could kill
like,
somebody with this.
easily. Yeah, like it's yikes.
Like, by the way, thank you, Nikki. This thing is awesome. I wanted one of these.
Were the
super
colors
bad.
the ones like?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
all of them were cool. Yeah, blue. Yeah, whatever. That's really cool.
So for those of you that are in Beth's Sunday game, these are my new Argon dice because they're blue and cloudy and royal, so very Sidon-esque.
They're very.
My mommy is
wizard.
calling me. I have
Okay.
to take this.
All right.
Oh, okay.
But that was everybody, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Kendall, who did you
Didn't
have?
say who you have.
Oh, I
who
had
did you
Beth.
have?
I had Beth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Beth was.
Oh.
She messaged me. The packagers did me dirty too, and they had a note with my return address on the inside. So,
Oh.
but it is what it is. Oh God, I guess I'll do Beth's hosting duties. Guys, we will be back. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna do our little recap that Rocky always records.
Yeah, pack all of our shit up that we just opened.
Yeah, clean up a little
Yep.
bit. So
Yeah.
we'll see you in a few. Bye. Okay, guys, we're back. As you can see, we are missing our DM. She has a phone call and she's handling some personal stuff right now. So we're gonna kind of do a little bit of a pivot tonight, and we're gonna talk about mainly kind of our characters, because a lot of stuff has come out as far as like personality, what our classes are, our quirks, our relationships, and things like that. and kind of give a little overview. And I guess this could be a weird meta discussion between all of us as well. Some, separate some player character knowledge. What we hope to accomplish with what we've backwritten and kind of where the characters are going forward. Something like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a good
Something
plan.
like that. Okay.
So just for viewers specifically that are tuning in right now, we are not going to be playing our regularly scheduled game today. Next week we're actually going to do a one-shot run by me. And then the next week after that we're going dark for the holidays. So we will be back with our regularly scheduled program on January the 4th at 6 p.m.
True. Wait, do we have any new faces for that one shot? Next week?
We have Keith, who has been on Power Word Play
he's been
before in one shots. And then that's it.
Okay, nice. Right on. Oh man, kind of last minute, so I guess I'll DJ us, I guess. And
Here's the question. Does anyone have any questions about characters from other people's characters from things that they've learned?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can we start with the fact that Faye keeps mentioning how she's burned an entire field of satyrs?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that Faye drops lore that's wild all the time?
Yeah.
Like that.
Like that, as an example.
That was an accident. Nobody died.
No, I'm pretty sure some people died. That's why they call it a crematorium.
No, nobody died.
I'm gonna get a beer for this, actually.
All I'm saying is that Faye spent many years fucking around with her friends, playing jumping and not playing jumping to like get out of bills and shit. And she had fun.
Wait a minute.
I was gonna say, you're tax evading?
Homegirl's using 7th level spells to tax evade?
She doesn't do it on purpose. She doesn't play jump on purpose. When she wants to leave, she just kind of.
Oh no! I thought you said she doesn't tax evade on purpose.
Oh no! And I'm not talking about like tax evading. I'm talking like, oh, I don't want to pay for this bill for dinner, so instead of dining and dashing, I'm gonna dine and plane jump.
This is the most Faye thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my god. So what's Faye's alignment? Is it chaotic
question.
neutral? It's chaotic something for sure.
I think it's chaotic good, if I remember.
I don't know. She might be borderline evil.
Yeah, chaotic good. Chaotic good.
Are we sure?
Wow. Intentions are good. That doesn't mean her actions are good.
Except towards vultures.
No, vultures. I am chaotic evil. You could die in a hall.
Yeah. What is the deal with the vultures?
I don't know, man.
Is it like the chicken thing where I have just adopted this chicken like persona?
Okay, the vultures basically killed me the first time we saw them, and then we keep seeing vultures. So I'm gonna hate them. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so it's nothing to do with backstory. It's just stuff that's happened like in game. It's now a hate.
Exactly.
Yeah, because part of me was like, what did a vulture do to you? Like in the fire plane?
Yes.
Like
honestly, that could have happened too.
Guys, I gotta redo the title. How do you spell discussion?
DISCUSSION.
Oh, I fucked that up real bad. There's not a T in it, guys.
Miranda, help your boy, please.
I don't do child language, sorry.
Oh! I'm gonna see you guys in a minute. I gotta go. Alex, you're DJ now.
Just want to point out that the scientist among us is thinks there's a T in discussion.
Hey, listen.
There you go, pull him back.
Is it disgustion?
I'm not. No, it is TION. It is TION.
That's funny.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Beth,
I
we are live, just discussing characters and stuff. Kind of questions that people are throwing around about backstories and motivation. So
yeah,
by no means feel like you gotta jump back in both feet.
So why don't we do that until break?
Yeah.
And I will be back.
Yes.
After the break.
Cool.
Excellent. Yeah.
Go
If you want to bow out, go ahead as well.
Okay. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Bye.
Bye. But yeah, on that note, if anybody's wondering what my thing with chickens is, Beth just randomly added chickens to the first session and I ran with it. I had no plans on having chickens be like my thing.
That's an interesting question. How many other characters have had something just kind of come across their path, and then all of a sudden it's like a defining characteristic of them that they just like latched onto and was like that?
Easy bread.
Yeah, cheesy bread.
Cheesy bread.
Because I have one too.
The Grawa tea for Yvain is like a focus for her to be like, okay, this is better than drugs. Let's not do that.
Yes, it is.
So, yes.
Mine was idolizing Bjorn for being famous and a blower-upper guy. The second that the business card came out, I was like, oh, I know everything about him. I've read all his books. Like, period. Yeah.
So for the viewers that are not aware, I played Bjorn in a previous campaign, which Rocky DM'd, of course not on stream, and I created business cards for Bjorn's Arms and Artifice, and Kendall thought they were awesome, so that's where that came from.
We need to drop those on Twitter sometime, but also because I had the out of character knowledge of who Bjorn was, it was really easy for me to be like, oh, I idolize because I already knew a bunch about him out of character, and then just put that into Stack's head.
Mm-hmm.
Did Kessim have anything that she just improv'd into her story?
I don't think so, honestly. I haven't gone like that deep on her stuff, but I didn't expect the halflings to be glued to her.
Oh yeah.
Did you expect to be the mother of the group?
Oh,
or
yes.
The parental, the sole parental authority.
So Kessim was 100% a reaction to Atropo, who just died. But Atropo is the whiny teenage, needs 4 parents in that party. I was like, no, my turn to be mom. Time to take that hat off, Alex. Make her not be mom. I will play mom in this game.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone's wondering how like I play mom when I play this character all the time. But,
What's funny then is in my Friday game, your cleric is kind of like...
She's right in between.
She's kind of like teenager, just leaving the nest, but there's some...
Too smart for their own good.
Yeah.
So that's the question. The characters that we all play in this game, is this typical or atypical of what you guys usually play?
Fuck no. I play emo hot boys like it's my job, and now I'm playing...
You play wizard all the time.
Yeah, you play wizard all the time.
Always a wizard.
How many of my wizards are similar, though? None of them. None of my wizards are ever similar.
You have 2 blade singers right now that you get confused, so I don't want to hear that.
No. Kai and Argan are fundamentally different.
They all have one thing in common. They're
Kai and Soren have the exact same long-term goals.
That's not true.
Voice. And voice.
Okay. Not all of us are as talented as you, Miranda. Let's just put a pin in that one.
Number 1 long-term goal.
You stop that. You stop that. Nope.
I want to make a mage tower.
I do. I really do. It just hasn't happened for me yet. I really want that.
This is outside of my normal characters that I build. I feel like I'm drawn. I start with martial classes, to be honest. So doing more like heavy magic stuff is only something I've recently gotten into with this group, like getting involved. So prior to that, it was just martial. So very different. But
barbarians are my bread and butter. So this is entirely me. Normally I love playing low intelligence barbarians because they're funny.
Yes. Comedic relief at its finest.
Yeah. I mean, this is like the character that I don't really have to try very hard to get into character for.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, look at how I'm dressed right now. Am I not paid in some capacity? I don't know. But she is my most chaotic, I will say that, out of everybody that I've played. And wildly different from my other 2 characters. So,
kind of talk. Go ahead, Will.
You're good. I got wine.
All right. Hey, No, I was just kind of thinking do we play the same characters or the same like archetypes or classes or things like that? I had such a thought because a lot of us are in a bunch of different games together. I was just racking my head about how different our characters' relationships are from game to game.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is something that's like really really fascinating. Before Artie and Atro died in the Odyssey game, it was really fun and interesting to go back and forth from being like flirty lovers with Alexandra to you're my mom and I ride around in a backpack. It's a hard pivot going from Sunday to Tuesday trying to change that.
And then on Friday being terrified of Miranda.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to talk about a character switch? Her Friday character.
My common theme is you're just afraid of me.
Whether it's the unpredictability or whether it's no, you should be fucking scared of me.
No, Lenora will murder.
I feel like that's real life though.
I'm blinking my eyes for help.
Will's SOS pattern. Get your shit together.
Morse code.
Help me.
That brings up an interesting point, though. That this is something that might be fun to discuss. Is, like individual character like concept processes for everybody.
Like how we make
like,
them.
Yeah, like where do you like
draw from?
Yeah, where do you draw from? Kind of like how do you do you start with like a class or like do you build around like
concept or a story?
Yeah, do you build around a certain combination or like, hey, this class and this subclass I want to play this, and then go from there, or is it you think of like a character, the character part, the personality, and then go, okay, what class fits my image?
Well,
I want to hear from everybody on this one.
Yeah.
So I tend to come up with a idea for how a character plays in combat and kind of out of combat. So for instance, a character most of you all know that I just finished in Rocky's campaign, Hibwa, he was paralyzed from the waist down, was a surfer who lived on a surfboard that floated on water, even on land. So he was a huge pothead, and what it started with though was, okay, I want to make a character who pushes and pulls people around the battlefield using like my Eldritch Blast and this and that. So I came up with the Depths, Warlock of the Deeps or whatever it's called, with the tentacle. And then from there I was like, okay, how do I give this? I need a water-based character. So I actually play, another plug here, I play a MOBA called Smite, which is a game full of mythology. So all the characters are gods from different mythological belief systems. One of which, Hebo, is the god of the Yellow River. It's a Chinese water deity, and particularly in the game, there's a skin where he is a surfer bro. So that's where I came up with the art, and then I just rolled with the idea from there.
Hilarious character to play with such a low intelligence as well.
I mean, I just want to have a good time, bro. Like, let's just, go out back and ride some whitecaps.
I still feel bad about Cass in that game. A little bit.
That is the best character death that I've ever experienced. No,
it was rough. It was awesome.
There was a lot of people crying at the end of that, myself included, and it was, oh man, it was wild.
It was like 5, maybe 8 sessions in, Kendall messages me and he goes, hey, what would you think about Cass getting this item like the sentient sword that Grog got in campaign 1? And I was like, funny you have that. I kind of had an idea for something. And then it ended up killing him.
It ended up killing me. Yeah. Hey, shit happens, man. But that was some beautiful storytelling. Like, oh man, a lot of fun.
Miranda, I know that you haven't had you've only recently kind of like dipped your toe into character creation, but you've had an acting background previously. So like, how do you kind of come up with your characters for D&D?
I think the majority of, like, the thing that I get inspired by is, thinking about it, I guess it's like, this phrase is gonna sound awful, but like race lore. So like the first character that I ever like really deeply went into was a drow, and I dove into that lore, the background behind it, and that like really informed everything that came after it. And so when I was creating Fae, I kind of was like, I want to have something fun. Let's be a hedonist. And I was like, Satyr. And then I was like, okay, where do we go from there? And then, yeah, in my character creation, I usually just start with like a place, a race, and a class, and then I dive into the lore, and from there I kind of come up with whatever it gives me. So like with Fae, it was like, oh, Feywild, fun, whatever happens. So I kind of went from there, and then I was like, what sounds like fun for a chaotic character? Fire sounds like fun. And I kind of, maybe this comes from my acting past, but like kind of let the character like tell me what they are. Like we used to be like, what does the text tell you that's happening?
Yeah.
So it's like, what is all of these ideas telling you this character is? And for Faye, it told me she's a pyro. So yeah.
It's so funny how she's like innocent about it though.
Yeah.
Like da 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 da, force fire.
Hey, here's the thing. Fire can be used as a regenerative. That's not the word. Regenerative resource.
Mm-hmm.
They burn down forests so that they will regrow. That does happen.
It's nature's way of
Resetting the ecosystem.
plowing the fields.
Sure.
Something like that.
Alex.
Somewhere in that realm.
Speaking of plowing.
Wait, no, maybe I shouldn't go to Alex.
Speaking
No,
of
I'm going to
plowing fields,
Alexandra.
Alex,
Nope.
what is your process like?
The fucking worst.
Me? Which Alex are we talking?
Which
Who are we
one?
talking to? Which one?
Oh shit! There goes the neighborhood.
We got a wild Hana. now.
Oh
Whoa.
no, there's a Hana.
So which one of us?
Which Alex?
I don't really care. I'm making
Barbarian
jokes.
Alex.
Barbarian Alex.
Barbarian Alex. I don't know. I don't have the like problem of playing characters that are the same because I immediately go, what haven't I played yet? And so usually I like weird combinations. Hence how Cade came to be. I was like, I want to be a tiny, punchy, tiny terror. But yeah, no, I'm like, what class like haven't I played and what do I think would be cool to play? And then I kind of put like the race and the class together. And then kind of like how Miranda does the whole like race lore or like cultural type stuff. I'll like look into that. And then once I decide on a voice, that's how I figure out their backstory. I work backwards. So I figure out how they are now, and then I'm like, how did they get there? And so a lot of my backstory is stuff that I have improv'd backwards. So I don't really write backstories. So yeah, I just yes and a lot of stuff, and then it forms into a story.
I love the back writing personally. It's kind of like what we were talking about before when something happens in game and you just latch onto it, and then all of a sudden it's like your thing, and then you have to go back and write kind of history for why it's your thing.
Yeah, like I made after the shadow puppet thing happened, I made lore as to why Cade is into shadow puppets.
I love
Yeah. Which is in our social media coming up. So
When I get back on that
whenever
train.
that happens, yeah. But
Sorry,
there will
it's
be
Finals week,
there
everybody.
will be a social
Hi.
media post about why Cade likes shadow puppets. But yeah, I mean that's how like Stack and Cade came to be, was me being like, I want to be a halfling barbarian, and Kendall was like, I want to be related to you, and then that's how.
And then we
Let's
sat
be
there looking
honest,
at
Kendall
Moon
starts
for-
with wizard,
Yep.
And then
Yes.
am I a blade
Yeah.
singer or am I a time wizard?
Yeah. Yep.
And then who in the party do I want to either be related to or have some sort of relationship with?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, let me tell my story, guys. Jesus.
We know your process.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kendall.
But nobody else was there
Correct
for
us
the
if
hour.
we're correct us if we're missing some blanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are
Okay.
we wrong?
Okay.
Am I
Well-
wrong, Kendall? Because that's exactly you scrapped your whole character.
I did scrap my whole character. That is true. Okay, so my process is like a little bit different. I start with art. I find something like on Pinterest or DeviantArt or just anywhere, and it's like, oh, I'm going to play that person. How do I make them a wizard?
You just go out and find art of wizards.
No, not even wizards. Like I find rogue art, and I was like, okay, blade singers
I
wear
was
leather
with
armor.
you.
Okay, like that guy's got a staff. I can make that work. You know what I mean? That's kind of my process.
You're not helping your case here.
No, hey, I will admit I will play a wizard every game until the day that I die and be perfectly content and happy doing that.
And the one time you didn't play a wizard, it was a warlock, and then you fucking died anyway
And he
because of
killed,
me.
he killed me immediately.
In Kendall's defense, the last 2 games that I've played with him, except for this one, he hasn't played wizards.
That's true. You have your
Call from the
shadow monk
Deeps-
too. That's
In
right.
Call from the Deeps, he was a cleric, and then that died, and then he was a shadow monk, and then in
That's
Keith's
true.
game, he played.
You
what
are
were
a
you?
paladin now. Yeah.
He's a paladin
That's
now, and
true.
before
That's
you
true.
were
But would
That
he
was
have
a
done that
warlock. It
without
was a
pressure?
warlock.
a warlock. That's right.
By the way,
That's
Miranda.
true. Mm-hmm.
I would have, but something that Alex said is a really key point into how Alex and Hannah both, is to how I make and play characters. Is I really like when you're in that kind of session 0 character building process. Okay, who wants to tie something? You know, being like old war buddies, being like Miranda and I are playing characters that are married. I'm playing siblings with Beth in a game, and really tying to 1 or 2 different members of the group that's playing, because so much time is spent jerking around. Do I trust you? Do I not trust you? Blah 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 blah. And if you can kind of eliminate that with a couple of like pairings and stuff like that, I feel like the party comes together a lot easier. And then it also influences like roleplay, like who were you loyal to? Like me, even though they were cursed, rip. Me keeping the boots away from the rest of the party because I gotta give them to my sister because they'll protect her. I feel like the relationships influence a lot of like RP decisions as well. So I really like doing that.
Also,
Alexandra.
I would before
Oh,
Alexandra
sorry. Go
goes,
ahead.
look at my sweater. It says, "All I want for Christmas is a nat 20" if it's flipped. So I put it on just for
Nice.
you all.
Yes.
Yeah,
Also,
and-
everyone, this is Hannah.
Hi.
She is also part of our group that we kind of hang out with, and
Also,
also my
you've
roommate.
She's our
Probably
lovely
noticed her
mod.
in
Our
chat,
lovely
like,
mod.
a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I am the favorite mod. Sorry, Rocky. No, just kidding.
I did.
Rocky for recap.
I
So
did
I need
say-
another person for Sunday.
Oh,
For what? For modding?
oh,
No, we're down to 5 players now.
oh, for
so-
what entropy? It's okay. She won't be
did
missed.
not get that until 2 seconds.
You all.
ago.
Fuck you all.
That took a while.
PG-13. PG-13.
No,
you
you're
can't
fine.
hear
You're
you.
I
fine.
say it anyway.
Anyway, yes, hi. I mod occasionally for Power Word Play when I don't have my own Tuesday game going on, and also I love these weirdos because they're all amazing and also assholes.
Yes.
The asshole thing is me mostly, though. I think.
All right, sorry, Alexandra, please.
So with the exception of one-shot characters who don't count, that's always like, I have a silly idea and I'm just gonna make it. So like,
Yeah.
if and when we play the Pirates one-shot, the whole concept for that character is little girl who wants to grow up to be a mermaid, and so she's a deep druid. Because that way she can be a
Mhm,
mermaid. That's the
mhm.
entire character concept. But for like campaign characters, I like to take the previous character I played or am playing and flip something about then. So my first 5e character was a a wood elf paladin who was like the Beth knew this character, the most naive, the most trusting, the least wise paladin ever, but like just wanted to like heal the world with the power of friendship and Torm. And that flipped to become Atropo, my very recently deceased, hates everybody, hates everything, tiefling sorcerer with zero respect for authority and drives the whole party nuts. And the flip of that is Kesem, who is mom.
So then, excuse me, sorry. Would your next flip be dad?
Or
daddy.
The next flip is Lane. Because like Kesem comes from this like super happy, like everybody shares everything family. Lane's entire backstory is everything is a secret. Everything is secret. She knows nothing about her. She has memory gaps. Her parents are keeping secrets. She just found out stuff in game. So I just always flip one element and build off of that.
That's really cool.
How Lania didn't become a warlock?
Her charisma is so low. That's
I
the
know.
only reason.
It's like your parents tried to sell your soul, and they were like, "Nah."
she couldn't charm the devil.
Nah.
We're gonna move on.
The devil's reject.
It's like in Star Wars when they buy the red R2D2 thing and it blows up. They're like, "Nah, send that shit back." It's got a bad charisma score.
Yes, Lane has like an 8 in charisma. She is not cut out to be a warlock.
I know for me, my character building process, I tend to just think of the concepts or like things that I want to play, and come up with just some crazy ass story that I'm like, okay, I need to find a class that's gonna make this work. And then I find my art, and then I make a playlist, and then I make a Pinterest board. It's very succinct every time. Some of those things, depending on if I have time, Pinterest is kind of mindless to me in a sense, because it's just scrolling and liking what you want. So that is easier than like playlist making for me, which is very intentional and having to choose, listen to the lyrics and figure out what you plug and chug into, that playlist. And I can go into a whole side story about that, but I'll keep it there that, I generally have a concept, what class I want to play it, build the character, do Pinterest and Spotify, sometimes vice versa.
Did all the OG Power Word Play people answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Rocky, did you answer?
No.
Do you want to answer or do you want me to answer?
I don't care.
All right, I'll go. I like to fill a niche. That's my whole thing. I basically started my D&D career with a character concept. I played a bard because I'm a bard IRL. But since then, I have basically seen whatever everybody else makes, and I make a character concept that is interesting to me based on what the party needs. So I do play a lot of clerics, but I like playing clerics because I like having the power of life and death in my hands. It's fun.
Clerics are great.
But I tend to play, a lot of face characters. So, a lot of clerics, a lot of bards, and then sometimes sword and board if there's a lot of magic users in the party. I am currently playing a new character for me, a sorcerer, which is a high charisma character, but is not my usual high charisma character. And she is squishy because I decided to give her 6 constitution because I thought that would be fun. Yeah, but Rocky's a good DM, and he made a magic item for me so that I don't immediately die when something hits me.
Yeah, because I mean, you also are very defensive in the way you play her, so like that's good. The moment that ceases to happen, you're probably gonna go down in one hit. So
she's always gonna have mirror image up and like darkness and shit like that. So that's definitely gonna be a thing. But yeah, I like to fill niches, so I'm always down to play whatever the party needs, basically.
And that's a good thing too, because Rocky tends to run very difficult combats, which I like. Having 6 constitution is interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, she's a fun character.
It's not the encounters that character needs to be scared of. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that.
This character was also recently revealed, and by recently I mean in session 2, to all of the players, that she is in fact a changeling who is posing
as a human, but none of the characters know it, and it's messy.
Oh yeah, it is.
So transitioning to our next topic, Hana had mentioned that she nerfed basically
answer.
this character.
But yeah, do you want Rocky to answer first? Sorry.
Yeah, I do want Rocky to answer. Go ahead.
For me, it kind of depends. If I'm joining an existing group, I like to play with numbers, and I'll literally, if I have access to their character sheets, I'll go get all their ability scores and figure out like the averages and see like what the party is. I mean, every party always has good con and dex, and usually charisma, which is weird because like you guys for Power to Play have no
charisma.
None charisma.
Yeah.
So I'll look at that as well as like I'll usually start there and then kind of be like, okay, what classes meet where they can fill a weakness to where, trying to limit overlay or overlap. Like for Keith's game when I joined, like you guys needed a scout, so I made a rogue.
And you've came in clutch every time.
If it's like just a character, like I have probably 3 or 4 character concepts right now that I haven't really got to play that I want to play. It's a little different every time. Usually it's some stupid idea that hits me like when I can't take notes. Like I'll be driving down the road and all of a sudden I'll be like, what if like one of my favorite characters that I got to play was in one of Will's games when he ran Dragon of Icespire Peak. I played a Hex Blade Warlock, and the idea started off initially of what if a character's dad was like this super famous wizard and his whole family was wizards and he just can't do magic. And I initially was like, okay, it'll be an Eldritch Knight, like he turned to fighting, and then I was like, no, like I just kind of like play a little bit of like what if with it a bit.
Yeah.
And just kind of see where that gets me, or what excites me. And with that character, it basically came to his dad was a now retired adventuring wizard, and his brother was a wizard. His sister was an artificer, which dad accepted because it was still in that realm. And my character, the dad basically kept pulling strings and favors to get him to go to all these mage schools that are along the Sword Coast, and he kept failing out because he couldn't even do cantrips. And then he finds this like broken hilt of a sword that was left to him by his mom that is this entity, and it's a deal, and all of a sudden it's like, I can do magic and I'm good, and then they find out that how the school he was at was like only for wizards and sorcerers, and they found out how he got his power and expelled him. So he's like adventuring to try to make daddy happy again.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's funny, as we're sitting here having this conversation, I'm listening to all of you, I'm thinking about my character creation process. So I realize I base a lot of my characters off of some sort of popular media. I don't even mean to. So like I played, as I said, Hibwa. For Bjorn, the idea behind him having this whole Russian accent and being a weapon like an arms dealer, where that came from was I wanted to play an artificer. I'm like, ooh, I get cannons and guns. I was playing Rocky's old campaign, and I was like looking around the map, asking him what, like, here's the name of this region, what's it about? I was like, what about this northern region? He goes, it's kind of like Russia. And I was like, okay. So then I was like, Russia. And I went and watched the TV show Arrow, and I was like, oh, he's part of the Bratva. And I just rolled from that. And then I also have played a Kensai monk named Kuzenbo, also from Rocky's campaign.
The only character to survive the TPK because you weren't there that day.
Yeah, he's still alive somewhere. But with that, I was like, I want to make a strength-based monk who does not rely on hand-to-hand combat. Like he will be, utilizing weapons and hopefully like grappling and doing all these. And then I'm like, okay, strength-based monk. How can I do this and make it not suck? I'm like, well, you can do it with a turtle. So I'm like, I'm gonna be a turtle monk, but I don't want to be Leonardo or a Ninja Turtle, so I'm gonna stay away from that. So again, I pulled from Smite, and I learned about Chinese mythology. Kuzenbo is basically like a demon in Chinese mythology. It's who Bowser's based off of in the Mario games. And all the little kappa, the little turtles, that's where it comes from. And so I took that, and then I was like, I'm gonna make him be ridiculous. And so I looked up a whole bunch of I spent weeks looking up Confucius type sayings and then making them make no sense. And I have a list. I have like a 5-page list that has all these ridiculous messed up Confucius type sayings, and I would just insert them in the chat throughout different games.
That's amazing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do we want to take a quick break to refill drinks or whatever, and then come back, since technically 7:30 is usually our break time? I know we were kind of off session as well for a little bit, but
I'm vibing if everyone
I'm
else is.
chilling.
I don't have a fancy overlay. You guys can turn off cameras, leave,
Yeah,
come
people
back.
can-
Oh,
whatever you want.
okay. I
Yeah,
was
I think
not
with this, you
sure.
could. It'd probably work if people need to go do something and just turn off
Okay.
your camera or what. Not.
Okay, yeah, I was
Yeah.
not sure as far as overlays go if that was messing up or not.
No,
so
go nuts. Go
okay,
nuts.
cool.
Ooh,
I
have
know
a
I'm
question.
normally super firm-handed about
wait.
that, but
Cut Nikki off. I want a really good question from Nikki. Nikki had a really good question.
So keep it in mind, Rocky. Write it in the chat so we don't
Yes.
forget.
Yeah.
But we kind of talked about how Lilith was nerfed a little bit. I know that I've had experience in that, and some other people have. I'm interested in hearing about D&D characters that we have intentionally nerfed for some reason or another. You can explain why, and then how the nerf actually impacts the game and things like that. I want to know kind of from that perspective from you guys.
I got two big examples from some of the newer wizard classes that are crazy strong. The Chronomancy, the wizard that Matt Mercer did for the Exandria game, is not balanced at all. And so one of the things that Rocky and I came up with playing it was I could only use a lot of the Chrono Shift and Time Magic, and that applied to the Dunamancy spells and then some other very strong wizard spells like Haste and things like that, to where I have to attune to certain people after a long rest. So as opposed to being able to just slap it over the whole party, I can only pick 2 to attune to every time when I wake up. And since we've been playing, it's been scaling with my proficiency. So now that we are at +3, now I can do 3 people. And so by the time we're at a super high level characters, when our proficiency is 5, I'll have the whole party covered. That was one, and then the other
That's a ways away.
Yeah.
But with that too, if you use one of your whatever we dub time spells, which we've tweaked, and it's a very broad definition that we're working with.
Mm-hmm.
You have to roll a d6, and it can fail or backfire and hurt you or hurt them.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of it's a wild timetable, is what we kind of deemed it as. Yeah. And then the other one is in this game, the Scribe Wizard being so strong is the Awakened Spellbook, and those that have been watching for a little bit, the artificers have to build my book and repair it and upgrade it, and so if they fail on their tinkering checks, I do not get those class features until they succeed. It hasn't been too bad so far because everybody's been helping and giving advantage and things like that. I kind of hope it fails at something fails at some point, just to see what it would be like. But those are the 2 big nerfs that I've been working with.
My only experience with something that I wanted to nerf as a player, and I tend to be on the DM side more, was I was going to play an Eloquence Bard, and to me it was the on a Deception and Persuasion you can't roll below a 10 or 9, and I was like, I want to be able to fail, but also I kind of also want to take expertise in at least one of those. And I wanted it to just be a 1 is a 1, a 1 is a failure, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And as just like there is an opportunity to fail. But then I also was gonna, in the way that I played the character, wasn't going to exploit it that far.
You know, I have, as far as nerfing, I haven't really nerfed a lot of characters mechanically, but I found that recently I've been attracted to the idea of nerfing my characters with some sort of debilitating thing. Like, my last character, Hebwa, was paralyzed from the waist down, which I had to find unique ways to overcome that. Things like climbing a rope or, doing things where the group had to move. I didn't have a class. I could Misty Step and stuff, but I mean, I'm not a warlock. I'm not going to blow my spell slots for simple things, right? I haven't played a lot of them. Currently, I'm playing a Stars Druid that is mute and, spoilers, that can't talk. So he is a halfling, the forest halfling. I forget the name. It escapes me at the moment. Because they can do telepathy to single individual targets. And I also have a whole character concept for a blind Sun Soul monk, so that'll be a fun one. Considering they're a ranged character.
Yeah,
that's
rough.
Yeah, he may end up being deaf. I don't know if I want to nerf myself that hard, but yeah, I don't know. I'm
blindsiding is a thing, so
yeah, but it's only 10 feet.
It's usually only 10 feet.
Short.
That's something you'd really have to work with the DM, though, to like.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe I could see maybe Tremor Sense over blind.
Over blind sight, yeah. Or have a familiar that you like see through, but it's like Toph in
Like
Avatar.
I think that was kind of what the plan was. It was something I was kicking around a while back. I had some cool character art and was really thinking about playing it, and then it's been about a year now, so I don't even remember what my solution was. I think it involved a familiar, though. I think that was what I was going to do with it.
Jocasta in Critical Role did that.
Exactly,
With
Jocasta,
his,
yeah.
With that Queen Anastasia?
Duchess.
Duchess.
Yeah.
Wait, Jocasta was blocked? I got to go back and watch that. I gotta go back.
Yeah.
I've seen them all. I just don't remember. I got to go back and watch that.
Like when he introduced his character, he was very adamant about like his eyes being milky white.
Milky white.
Yep.
Well, sure.
Yep.
I just don't pay attention to stuff. I don't know. It's funny because I don't ever actually watch Critical Role. I listen to it most of the time on my drive back and forth to work.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, I watch it occasionally, but most of the time it's on my car speakers and I'm just driving.
Multitasking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I played a character in. Sorry, did I cut you off, Kendall?
Oh, I was going to pivot, but go ahead.
Okay, I played a character in Nikki's one shot that she did, the Tomb of the Obsidian Pharaoh.
Which you guys will get to play at some point.
Which you all will get to play at some point, yeah. So I won't spoil or anything. But I played a character named Bronwyn Stoutale, and he was a divine soul sorcerer, and I did a really shitty Scottish accent, and he had a 8 dexterity. Which I feel like people usually don't dump dex because it's initiative, it's a lot of stuff.
Every important skill check.
The god stat.
Right, yeah.
But I dumped dex, and his whole thing was that he was super, super fucking clumsy. But he was very charismatic because he was a divine soul sorcerer.
Right up until the end.
Right up until the end, until Nikki killed me with mummy rot. But it's fine.
Right,
oh, sorry, spoilers. She knows now. It's fine.
I know now.
No, but that was a really fun character to play, and also Miranda, you getting the fanny pack reminded me that Nikki custom created a magic item in this campaign for me. I had a keggy pack of holding that kept my Bronlin's beer really, really cold. And
So
I
it was
would like
Divine
open
Brew or something like
yeah,
that.
Divine Brew, and I would open Bronlin's Golden Ale.
Yeah.
And I would open the spout, the little spigot, and like give people samples, and it was like an unending keggy pack basically of this amazing like golden ale that was always cold. So that was a super fun character to play. I usually don't nerf character like stats very much, and so playing with Lilith is really interesting, and I'm really excited to see where it goes, and I hope it doesn't bite me in the ass.
You made me think of another fun question of like
Wait.
what is. Go ahead.
I did.
Oh.
I have. Alexander,
Look at
do
the
you have a
chat.
character that you've nerfed?
Oh.
So I was gonna. It's a two-parter. One, we have figured out how stupid Twilight clerics are, and
Yes.
Beth has nerfed the heck out of hers because the 300 feet of dark vision is stupid. Being able to give everybody in the party dark vision is stupid.
Yeah.
And Twilight Sanctuary is also a little bit stupid.
Yes, so that.
So I'm gonna nerf it.
Is Kesem nerfed then?
So I just tried to not abuse those things. I more nerf her in that, like, her list of acceptable spells she will take is tiny. She will not take any spell she disagrees with, and that list gets smaller and smaller the higher level. Like, at low level, most spells are pretty good. There are so many high level spells Kesem will never take, and that's part of the other reason Lania exists, because, like, Kesem will never take harm. But, like, holy crud, is that a powerful spell.
But then all those spells that Kesem will never take, you're taking all of them with Lania.
But and Lania won't heal. Lania is a cleric who hates healing. So, like, it took the group.
Balances.
It took a party member dying for her to be like, maybe I should prep healing spells each day.
You also delivered a Manticore baby.
I also delivered a Manticore baby and fixed throat leeches. Cause ew.
I guess that's how Umbra was nerfed too. I had a self-imposed rule that anytime I healed, I had to take the damage myself.
Lane's not that strong. She would die.
Yeah, my so
Neither was
if
Umbra.
thank you.
The first iteration of Umbra was pretty strong.
So Evane obviously has a prosthetic arm that she's kind of had to work through her own kind of process, right? It's the physical impairment is something that I haven't like touched upon that much yet in this game, but it's something that like I'm trying to drop little crumbs as we kind of go along. But another character of mine that I play in a Friday game, this character basically was killed. She is part of that revived class that was on Unearthed Arcana for a little bit. I don't know if it officially got moved up to official. Okay, so it's now an official class or race, whatever it's supposed to be. And so I thought it was insanely strong. Just as a race to play, so I wanted to have more impact for like this death that she went through. So I worked with the DM, and we have an organ damage feat that essentially I have to work through. So as I am healing and regenerating, I have to make a DC 15 medicine check every time I'm in combat to see if I can take my turn. And it is absolutely bit me in the ass sometimes. Like, there have been times I have not been able to fight in combat because it's just been, like, I haven't rolled high. And then there are times that I'm like, oh, wait, I get to go, yeah! But I can make a medicine check with health, with help every day to heal, and I have to have 10 successes in order for this to be, like, fully regenerated. I can also find a greater restoration as well to help, but we're level 5. Nobody has access to those things where we're at, so it's probably going to be like a slow, continual growth to fix it. So,
nice.
But she's pretty cool.
I like that.
Rocky, you got a question?
Yeah,
I do. What is one of the most ridiculous things you've ever had one of your characters that you're playing do in a game? I will go first because I.
And then I want to hear from Alex because
that face.
I think I know the answer to this
I
one.
have so many things.
Rank it.
For me, I think it was Will was running Tube of Annihilation for us, and I was playing a goblin artificer who was insane. He was loosely based on River from Firefly. And
I just put that together in my head.
Yeah.
I did not make that connection, but that makes total sense.
We were fighting a Froghemoth, and Skarglock is crazy. So he took 2 Alchemist Fire and jumped into the belly of the Froghemoth, and then smashed them together. Blew it up from the inside out. I think I knocked myself unconscious.
I believe so, yeah.
But killed it. Will because of the acidity of the stomach and stuff, I think Will ruled it was basically a fireball.
Oh.
From the inside, yeah.
God. That's
Skarglock
wild.
was mildly unintentionally mildly suicidal, I think, at times. Like,
well, don't forget the asshole 3000 as well. I mean, that's
God.
what I thought you were going to use for your example.
Yeah, he did draw up plans and make this item that was basically like a slingshot for us to fast travel. And I made this diagram and I pulled out my old artillery tables and put the real formulas and stuff for determining like the max altitude of the peripheral arc and like distance it could go.
It was great.
And then I put some other notes on there that were like 98% chance won't result in total death.
Yeah, it was fantastic. He had this diagram that just, I mean, he had little stick figures drawn and an arrow, door is here, rope is tied to tree. Like, he had this whole thing worked out. It was amazing. And then to top it off, when the party used it for the first time, one of the players or one of the characters had to roll on the madness table and did not trust anyone in the party. He thought everybody was out to get him, and he wouldn't go with them. So they tied him to the inside of this vehicle and launched themselves across the jungle, and he was terrified. And we spent an entire session
in the Frog Hemoth hole?
No, you guys landed in the middle of like some other spot in the jungle in like a nest, and he just left in the middle of combat, and they spent the entire time fighting this combat and trying to chase after him.
Okay.
As he was running through the jungle screaming.
Chasing him down and like attacking him to knock him unconscious.
Yeah, they had to knock his ass out.
Here's my question: was that Keith?
No, it was Paul.
It was Paul.
It was Paul.
Oh, because that sounds like such a Keith move to just be like, nope, and just leave.
Nope, that was Paul.
It's too
my
funny.
God. Alex.
Alex.
I don't know. I just do a lot of weird shit. I'm sure all of you have a lot of stories of things that I have done in games.
Yes.
Yes.
Kendall, that sounded very pointed. I don't know, the one that comes to mind is the one that I did recently where we TPK'd and in our Sunday game, and Beth decided that we were in magical cages and did not foresee that I would, being like a paladin, Oath of Glory paladin, would channel divinity, get advantage on my strength checks, and try to hamster wheel myself out.
Just rolling
Out
down
of
the street.
tent, roll down the street. And it worked, except she is the most good alignment character we have, so she went back to save everyone else, which was a choice on my part, and got recaptured. So
She can't leave her girlfriend. Like, come on.
Oh, no,
her
it was
girlfriend was supposedly dead. So
It was to save the animal tiefling.
Yeah, it was her teenage tiefling and my equally as chaotic fucked bard. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a choice. I don't know. Everything Kay does is ridiculous.
I'm going to say the time Calathea literally dove into a pool of poop.
Oh, that! Yes!
Oh.
Yes, I had a perception check that went really well, and Beth was like, you sense that there's something shiny at the bottom of all of that troglodyte shit. And I went for it, because I'm a siren and part bird, and it was shiny.
No.
So I dove in head first into a pool of troglodyte crap.
Beth's
And,
description of everything was like, I have never seen Beth
It was really
describe
gross.
something like so uncensored and nasty before. Oh
and
my
then we
god.
We were stuck in that cave for days. So I RP'd in a way that I was like, wow, you guys are really smelling some. It was all in my feathers.
Was it
really bad.
worth diving in? What did you get from that?
Yeah, it was something powerful. I don't remember what it was.
It was
but...
the treasure trove of adamantine weapons.
Oh,
it was a fuck ton.
Yeah.
I'll go. I think mine, unless somebody else has something. I feel like I keep talking.
Go ahead.
I've got one after you, but I'll do that after.
Okay, so my thing has minor spoilers, or spoilers, period, for the Waterdeep Dragon Heist. If you guys have played it, if not, mute this section when you watch it online. But the season we were playing in, the bad guy was Drow, and they had a ship, and I was playing a warlock, Pact of the Chain warlock, and the DM had given me a necklace of fireballs. So because I didn't trust anybody, what I ended up doing was concocting this massive plan to I gave my imp the necklace of fireballs, snuck him into the bottom of the BBEG ship, and blew the fucking ship apart and derailed the campaign. So
Whoops.
that happened.
Yeah. I love that. You guys can come back.
Come back. I think my ongoing ridiculous thing is my Friday night cleric, who should be smarter, has Tom Riddle's diary.
Yes.
It is because she's low charisma. It is her best friend in the whole wide world, and even when it gives like things that should really be alarming, she's like, no, this is fine. This is my best friend. I trust them intrinsically. You don't want to go near holy water? I got you. That's not alarming at all.
So
what's also going on with your mom in that game?
Let me just message the hells all the freaking time.
That's a weird one.
Her mom is in Archon's tower in Avernus having tea.
She doesn't know. She's just like, yeah.
With Archon. No, that's what your mom told you.
Yeah. She doesn't know it's in Avernus. Alexandra knows it's in Avernus.
So mine is my very first D&D character that I ever played. Her name was Mariana Champagne, stage name. Mariana Cerebros as her elven name. And she was my bard. And we were sneaking through a forest, and I rolled a natural 1 on my stealth check, so I stumbled and fell face first into a grove full of soldiers that were out to kill us. But then I stood up and said, I'm the guardian of this grove, and you've defiled it with your violence and your adherence to these this evil law or whatever. Like, leave now or else you'll be destroyed. And I rolled a natural 20 on my deception/persuasion check, so it went from a natural 1 to a natural 20, and they were like, oh my gosh, the goddess of the grove, and they bowed to me and laid down all of their weapons and shit like that. And my party made a bunch of shit happen behind me where I was sparkling, and a lot of stuff was going on. So then later on, when we came to a port city that we were going to, I saw a statue that looked very suspiciously like me. And I was like, excuse me? So I walked up to the statue, but was hooded and everything like that. Turns out that they took the whole don't conform to this evil authority to heart and went the opposite direction and decided that I was going to be the goddess of a cult of anarchy. And that they were going to, reject all laws and only be, anarchists, but specifically guard this grove that the sacred goddess appeared to them in and everything like that. And I was like, my DM Will, what the fuck have you done? He was like, listen, that's what you get when you roll a natural 1 on stealth and then you roll a natural 20 on deception to make everybody think you're a goddess. Now you're a goddess. And
that's
it's funny.
Such a Will move.
It's such a Will move. And that's funny because it was kind of foreshadowing for the current character I'm playing in his game, which is my cleric, who turns out is a pre-incarnation of her god. So it all tied together very nicely. But that was definitely one of my favorite crazy moments.
I like that.
That's awesome.
I've never done anything crazy or out of pocket as a player.
I feel like that's a lie.
That is entirely a lie.
What about that time we decided to do Get Help? That was pretty out of pocket. And we all, I did colorful dancing lights, and you and me both were talking like we were drunk, and we just really wanted to get on the boat.
What game is this for?
That was a defunct game of Saltmarsh.
I know.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We couldn't. No one was stealthy enough to sneak onto that boat, so I'm just gonna pretend that we're drunk college kids on a boat that need help.
Yep. And it worked. We got on the boat.
It didn't go well after that, though.
No.
I have pulled the drunk card as well. I had to pull Adam through city gates.
Oh my god.
Basically, Adam failed a deception check or a persuasion check to get out of the city and tell them what he was doing. He didn't want to tell them what he was doing, and he failed. So I swooped in and I was like, "He's very drunk. I mean, we all have relatives like this." Like, I was just like, he's just my drunk relative. We're gonna go have a picnic outside the city gates. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Bye.
I was just gonna say half the stuff Artie did with Atropo when they're just like, the people across the street are literally trying to kill us. Let's turn invisible and run around and mess with them.
Yeah, that character was a lot. A lot of fun for sure. R.I.P. homie. That's probably the most out of pocket thing I've ever done as a player, was getting him killed off and coming back with my new boy, who was aligned with the bad guys at the jump. But
Question.
That's not that bad.
So yeah, well, hang on. So my most out of pocket
Oh,
moment.
yep. We do need that. Is it Alexi? Because it needs to be Alexi.
It's Alexi. So
Yeah.
Alexi is my very first D&D character. She started as a Way of the Drunken Master Monk, and me as a tiny little D&D player that knows nothing better, played her that she could only do those things while she was drunk.
It was great, honestly. It was a great character choice.
It was, until it wasn't. She got very drunk because of trauma, and she couldn't deal with it, and she burned half of her hair off and broke her arm. And
she was like, "Oh, I dare myself to punch this wall," and then was like, "Do it, you won't," to herself, and then punched the wall. And my cleric was sitting there looking at her like, "I'm not going to heal you because you're just an idiot."
Yes, yeah. But that's not the most out of pocket thing I've done for her, although that was pretty funny. Looking at it from that perspective, very sad for her. Oh god, she's so wild. She started off as chaotic neutral, so I should preface all of that with her, but she's kind of shifted in alignment since then, to be a little bit more aligned with the party. But I think my favorite, like, ridiculous moment, so the world that I play her in is homebrew, and she basically is the inventor of beer pong, grilled cheese, and democracy.
I like that.
Well, okay, she tried to do democracy, and then the rest of the party's like, Alexi invented democracy? What? No, that's too ridiculous. Beer pong and grilled cheese is, like, on par. But me, as Nikki, I'm like, no, she definitely said that. So it's just fun to be able to kind of, like, fuck around and be like, oh yeah, this thing isn't invented yet. Totally claiming that. So, what was the question, Hana? What's her next one?
Well, I want to make sure. Do you all want to wrap soon, or can I ask the question?
Ask.
Yeah, we can keep
Okay.
going.
Well, first of all, I love the fact that both Nikki's character in that game and my character in a long-term, like what started as a one-shot and turned into like a 9-parter, invented grilled cheese. It was a good moment. But my question is, speaking of a lot of our characters who have died, I don't want you all to talk about characters that have died or like the moment where they died. I want you to talk about a moment where your character almost died and what that was like for you, and like how you recovered from it. /
You mean
what happened?
Sunday?
I want to hear about like the almost death like moments, not the death moments.
Well, everyone who has seen this stream knows about
that was my
Yvain.
inspiration for this. That was my inspiration for this.
Yeah, knows about Yvain nearly dying at the hand of a snake or drowning. One of the two was gonna get her, and I was inside scoop because my face tells everything. So I have to go black because I literally can't hide shit. I was one roll away from failing. So
Love
was
that.
like that close, and I'm like, ooh. So yeah, it was super interesting. I, as a player, was, that was probably the closest to death I've ever been as a character, and I was uncomfy. I was not a fan, but I do love how we do death saves in our game, and that's kind of been like adopted in other games that we play as well, where you don't see people's reactions. So the like fear is real for everybody, not just that player. So that's very good.
Just a quick note on that. I also like how, as we're playing together more and more, we're kind of adopting each other's like house rules and stuff
Yeah.
towards a lot of things, and it's I like that. It makes it a lot easier across the board as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
And I think that says something to like us as a group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And but at the same time, we have three, 4 DMs, and then some one-shot DMs too, kind of across the board. And while a lot of the rules are getting adopted, everybody has such their own style as well. And we got a roster of like a ton of really, really good players, and it's different combinations of players with different DMs kind of across the board, and it makes for a lot of variety. I don't know. I love it. I love it personally.
Yeah.
This community is great. It is so much fun to play with. But back to the near death experience. So my character in Beth's Sunday game was possessed by like a bloodthirsty warlord, essentially the spirit of one, and failed a wisdom save pretty badly. And Beth was like, "Yeah, you're going to turn on the party." And I was like, "Okay, bet." And she was like, "And if you knock somebody, you can't stop. Like you're finishing if somebody goes down." And I was like, "Oh, excellent." So like I wasn't scared for me, but like whoever I knocked, I was killing, and then I was like, I don't like that. But also
I'd been taunting that character every single day he existed.
Yeah. And then on top of that, the character concept for that Blade Singer is very much a one-on-one like duelist mage slayer. So he should have been very hard to kill, but Adam rolled like a psychopath, thank God, and was able to bust
Stunning strike, man.
that stunning strike. I
love
would have killed
stunning
you. I would have
would've
killed you on
died.
that next turn. Yeah.
That would have been my death thing. I had 13 hit points left, and had he not stunned you, I would have died.
I would have hit you with 1 and then swipe. Yep.
Damn.
My silly near death is this past Friday we had like a very quick end of session encounter where we just horribly murdered some kobolds where they did not stand a chance. But then Mommy Dragon flew down and I was the only one to fail my save. And everybody keeps RPing while I was dying.
I was gonna say, Kendall was at like 6 levels of exhaustion at that point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throat leeches, man. It's a rough one.
Are we going over near deaths? Is that the question?
Near death. Yeah.
So
not actual deaths, but near death.
Will,
I was about to roll saving throws because everybody was just RPing with each other, and I'm like, guys, she's down. Guys, the cleric is down.
You'll like that, Will, about this game. We went through a nasty swamp, and Rocky was like, let's do all of the disease rules from TOA, and I came out of that bitch with like 6 different diseases, like throat leeches, 4 levels of exhaustion. Like the party was carrying me at a certain point because I just couldn't move.
God.
Nice. So I don't know how long y'all have been on it, but
No. You're good.
You're next.
I
Yeah.
think near death, my best one. Kendall played with me in that game. I was playing Umbra, who I mentioned, the first iteration of him in our old Eberron campaign, and I don't even remember why, but we ended up in the middle of a swamp again, in a village full of lizard folk, and there was a river in the village, and I ended up. I don't know if I missed these steps. I don't know what happened. I ended up on the opposite side of the river by myself, and I took on, I don't know, dude. I took on a fucking alligator, probably 4 or 5 of these lizard folk alone, and what kept me alive was the vampiric embrace spell. And I had, I was playing a death cleric, so Rocky homebrewed that, a cantrip for him that was essentially Primal Savagery, the druid spell, but it dealt necromantic damage, so I could cast it on multiple people. So comboing that and Vampiric Embrace, I just kept healing and hitting, and then I was a Fallen Asimar, so I could beef up my necrotic damage, and Channel Divinity, and so I would just hit something for like 50 and heal myself. Like to full.
Like
I went down so many times.
As a spectator in that fight, he legitimately took on the entire island by himself. Like he was getting getting eaten by the alligator, drug underwater, doing con saves for drowning while getting all the crazy damage from it. We weren't even that high level. It was like level 7 or something like that. And he he just like 1v12. And we're all of us are back here, can't get across the water, and we're just like like watching.
But there was like all the lizard folk were like coming around.
Yeah, and I was on the other side. I don't even remember how I got over there, but I got super lucky with my rolls. Was dealing like I think there was a nat 20 here or there. Like it just was amazing, and I was down to single digits multiple times.
I have never seen a character just like I said, like 1v like 12 the entire fight by themselves. Like it was wild, absolutely wild.
And that encounter wasn't meant to be deadly until Will did that.
No, Will just jumped across the water for no fucking reason, and we're all like, okay, bye.
Did I swim? Did I go? I don't remember how I ended up over there. I just remember being over there for the entire fight.
Did you fly? No, you
if
can't.
I remember correctly, you Misty stepped over there.
Oh.
Because it was like a small lizard folk tribe, and like the shaman leader came out of a tent, and you were like, well, I'm gonna go get them, and you're like Misty stepped over there, and you were like on the shore.
That's exactly what it was.
And then the alligator nobody knew was there, and it just like when it came its turn, it was just like jump and
pulled me underwater.
I think it grabbed you like 2 more times.
It did, and I ended up killing it.
Surprise, bitch! Bet you thought you saw the last of me.
Yeah, that's what happens when your wizard walks in front of the party into the swamp temple and gets grabbed by a 2-headed alligator and ends up a throat.
It was actually the same thing, I think. Yeah, nice. I almost killed Kendall's character.
I told him you pulled all those TOA diseases.
No, not with that, but also with the 2-headed alligator that knocked you unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where's Steph? I need you in this game. We need another body to stand in front of me.
She's coming. Mine was during COVID, we did a what was supposed to be a mini arc in my longest running campaign, Delan, where I play my my lesbian fighter with a martyr complex. Her name is Myra. And we were in a warehouse, and we were trying to make an exchange because my dragon familiar that I purchased from a shop is a little thief, a little sticky claws, and they got on the bad side of a warlord in basically the seedy underbelly of this, this like ship town, this port town. So we were trying to do it diplomatically and like make an exchange of a different familiar who could bamf, and fake them out to make it look like it was, my little pseudo dragon. But it turns out we interrupted something shady going on, and a wizard cast Burning Hands at me twice and crit both times. And so my DM ruled that I got I got a natural 1 or they got a natural 20. It was one of those things. So my DM ruled that they got double the damage, and I went down like covered in flames, just completely burned. And it just so happens that a lot of the party in that group has a lot of trauma relating to fire and fire-based death. So that was a fun time for my best friend in that campaign, who got to see his best friend like collapse in a burning pile of whatever. Thankfully I didn't die, but we did have some it's the same DM that is DMing for Nikki's campaign, where she's making like the organ damage rolls. So we did have some like severe burn damage rolls that I had for about 10 days in game, where I was just messed up. But it led to some really good role play, and Myra stopped having she's a little bit less of a martyr complex now than she has been in the past. A little bit less.
Miranda. I forget. You've experienced near character death, right?
No.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
one-shotted you
Faye was pretty
on
low.
Friday.
Did you? Oh, yeah, you did. I forgot about that.
Kroll
Yeah,
hit you
no,
with a hammer, and it was like, okay, 11 damage. You're like, that's fine. Then I was like, and 33 necrotic, and you were like, I'm
Yeah,
unconscious.
no, I was down.
Oh, that's
Here's the thing. I knew I wasn't gonna be down for long, so I didn't.
You have
didn't feel the threat.
Quite frankly, I feel the threat more when the people in the party go down versus when I go down. Because if my relationships go down, I'm like, Lenore's fucking leaving. Sorry, if Sora's not here, I'm peacing out. I'm done with this game.
Kendall was messaging me when he was doing all his exhaustion. He's like, if I die, Miranda's leaving.
I'm not making a new character. Everyone who I have played with, all of my DMs know that I am heavily invested in my character creation. I have backstories that are like 20 pages long, and if they die, I cannot emotionally return to this game with a new character. Sorry.
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
that was the
Fair.
thing.
Alan?
Sonora went down, but Lania was right next to her with Spare the Dying, so like the threat was only a few, like 2 turns away.
Yeah.
That instance was fun though because the Kroll straight up just was like, smash, okay, you're not a problem anymore, and then like went to leave and stopped and like Beth almost joined him on the way out.
Yeah.
The worst part of that for me is, like I said, Miranda's playing my wife in that game, and so I was like, she gave me good berries this morning, but I had so much exhaustion that I was 5 feet short of her, so I couldn't have even done it on the turn, even though I was next. I was like, fuck.
And I'm just sitting there like, guys, I have Spare the Dying, and he's leaving because he thinks we're garbage, and we are.
Alex. Your character death.
Well, I mean, that's what I was piggybacking off of Kendall's ghost thing because my character was about to die with 13 HP. Also, she's like died in that game like twice already, so she's like on her last chance. So that was kind of scary. Also, because like I have fostered a romantic relationship in that game.
Yeah, don't do that. It ends poorly.
It'd be very, very sad if I died.
Sorry,
Don't do it. No. The lesson here is don't do it with Kendall. Sorry, Hana.
That is one thing
Dude.
that I
Too
have
late.
not done with Kendall, so...
Yet.
I warned you. I warned you. It's gonna get ugly.
I threatened Kendall. I was like, "You are not allowed to let this character die." Like I know that you like.
Let's talk about my character in Rocky's one shot who wouldn't die.
Yes, let's talk about that. The one where we guested for your Friday game, Rocky, and
Dude,
And
those
I
guest
played-
characters
yeah.
were wild.
I played a half-orc blood hunter who somehow managed to get popped back up every single time. I thought I was gonna die at least 4 times, and managed to get out of it 4 times with only
You were in
1
the middle
HP
of a
left.
T-Rex's mouth, and you were
Yeah.
still up.
I was still up, so
And
I managed.
You were 1v1ing for a while, a fire elemental, and you
And-
kept hitting it knowing that it was going to hurt you.
Yep.
Okay, but let's talk about the way that Beth got rid of that elemental by just sitting in the corner.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
playing out her tarot and just reading her tarot as the phantasmal force, and it kept failing because it had such a low intelligence.
I've never seen anything like that. Like her thing in combat, she cast a phantasmal force, it failed, and then she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go sit in the corner and do a tarot reading while this thing
Yeah.
just dies slowly." And I was like, "Oh my
Yep.
god, are you okay?
Just like
Who hurt
die in
you?"
a box by itself. Just like-
Yeah, she was like, I wanted to think that, because it was an air elemental, and she's like, I
Yeah.
wanted to think that
There was
it's
a water
in...
and it was freezing.
Oh, it was water, yeah, and she said, I wanted to think that it's in a frozen cube.
And that it's
my
like taking
God.
damage
And it was
from the
like-
freezing.
Air elementals have like a -3 modifier to
Yeah.
intelligence.
Could
It
not
was,
screw
we
it.
determined I had to roll a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
her,
Nat
her,
20.
her
Never did.
DC was
Yeah.
17.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Yep.
and it just
It
kept
was really
failing,
good.
and then she just kept being like, mind sliver,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
just like
that. And it was
Yeah.
adding a little bit of
she
damage.
just whittled this thing down.
A lot
Yeah,
happened
meanwhile,
while I was at that wedding.
Meanwhile,
y'all,
the rest of us are like,
I'm gonna log off. I will see you guys later. Sorry to interrupt you.
Bye.
Later,
Bye, big
Will.
guy.
Happy holidays, Will.
Yep,
Happy
you too.
holidays. Yeah, meanwhile the rest of us are like trying desperately to stay alive. I think Alex in particular, and then she's just sitting there in the corner doing her little tarot reading.
The last roll that I made, I was like, man, I need like a 6 on like Blood Curse of the Eyeless or whatever to negate the fact that he just hit me. And I
Yeah.
rolled a 6.
Yep.
And I was like, oh well, I guess I'm not dead.
Oh, I'm not dead yet. I can dance and I can sing.
I also loved the final fight in that where it was like the hag
Oh,
and
Oh, that fucking hag.
Worst.
and she like polymorphed the other dude into a
She kept
T-
polymorphing
T-Rex.
him
you
every
guys
time
killed
we
it,
got him.
and then it was like her turn, like almost immediately after. She was just like
So frustrating.
T-Rex again.
You were intentionally trying to kill us in that fight, but we refused to die.
my oath of throwing it back, Paladin refused to give up.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I was so drunk for the end of that fight. I don't remember. You said hag, and I was like, "What game were you in?" I'm like, I was
She,
not
like,
in
fucking,
that.
like spider crawled
Yeah,
up the side of the wall.
She was
Yes.
flying. She was
Yeah.
flying.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that at all.
And then I had like the perfect channel divinity because I was a nature domain cleric for
Mhm.
literally.
I do remember that.
He threw like an ent at us, and
Yes.
I was like, "Cool, I'm gonna turn the ent into our friend."
Yes,
But it was like,
it was
Or
it was a tree. It
you
was a
charmed
tree.
it, so it just
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, and
yeah.
then
it was an
started to do
awakened
something
tree, and it
else.
was just
Yep.
like
Cool.
The
Now
only
you're
time
friends.
that subclass is at all relevant is
No.
fighting plants.
Yep.
yeah. You'd think it'd be more relevant in like Tomb of Annihilation, but from what I've heard, it doesn't come up that much.
Does it really not? Because I was considering taking it when I multi-class to Grave Domain.
I think there's a lot of variation because that campaign can play through the jungle part can play totally different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just based on the players or the DM. So
Mhm.
The good thing is it does do animals as well, so that's good at least.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
So, Friday night, I forgot my cleric had channel divinity, and we were being sieged by undead, and just forgot I could wipe him out.
you guys are making it sound like I'm a mean DM.
You're really
No,
not.
we're
We're
not.
just stupid.
We're stupid.
Matt, we should play better.
Yeah.
I should read my darn character sheet.
Speaking of stupid, this was an actual thing that happened in one of my games that Will was playing in. They found a secret door, but they like came from the other side, and they literally thought it was some kind of trap because it was like it had an auto close mechanism.
Mm.
They spent it was probably 45 minutes of like real time of them trying to solve this non-trap trap.
Congratulations, you've solved my door puzzle.
because
it was
because
like-
you said
it's-
mechanism and everyone's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, we did that in my Delan game where I play my sword lesbian when we were in a final dungeon trying to rescue the Elven King, and we rolled badly to discover the secret door that was hidden behind this poisonous moss. And none of us wanted to go by it because it would shoot spores at us and do a very small amount of damage, but it was like doing stuff. So we went all the way around the dungeon and then had to come back to that room because there was no other way that we could go through anything. And then we just like burned the moss and there was this door right there. And we literally spent 4 sessions going all around the dungeon, trying to find another way in, no way in. And then my DM was like, guys, it was right there. All you had to do was burn it. You had people with fire magic. Like, why didn't you just burn the fucking spores? Because we're stupid.
You literally gotta build like traps and puzzles for like 3rd graders and below.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we got stupid lucky. We were running through a labyrinth, and we were supposed to be going slow and methodical, and somebody decided to run ahead and take every hallway at random, and somehow got us to the right location.
It
Are you adding Kendall?
It
Are you
was
adding
me.
Kendall?
Looking at Kendall.
It's me, a Kendall.
It's a me, a Kendall.
And got us trapped by all of the undead in the entire dungeon. Like, literally funneled into a hallway with undead on all sides.
The
And we
worst
almost
part.
had Genia straight up die because of it.
The worst part is my character did not learn his lesson at all because he did not get hit a single time in the dungeon. And so he was just like, y'all slow. What are you doing?
The worst.
And by the
And
time
that's
he
how he put up
realized,
the trap that nearly smushed him into wallpaper paste.
Yeah. by the time he realized that something bad was happening, he turned around and it was already fixed. So
What's the holdup?
yeah.
I remember
All
that.
the rest of us were fighting hordes of undead.
Unscathed. Like, I don't think anybody even rolled to hit me pretty much that entire fight because I would see a thing of zombies and I would be like, big charm effect, and keep going, like down another hallway. Wow, that was fun.
Speaking of not being able to hit me, the one shot next week that
Good segue.
I am running is
That's not frightening.
I love that segue. Big fan.
So this takes place in my homebrew world that I plan on running a campaign in at some point in time. I just have not yet found the time because I'm in 5 games. So this world that I've been working on for a while, I've been creating instead like kind of one-shots of samples of, different adventures in my world. So the first one I ever created was Tomb of the Obsidian Pharaoh. That's a level 13 dungeon crawl. We will eventually get to that one. That one several times, and I've only killed one person. So that's a good time. But the one that we're going to play, and it was Hana.
You killed me!
The one that we're going to play is called the Harrowing Havamar. And essentially, you are a group of adventurers that has already known each other and has completed a bunch of different tasks for various people. You are returning from an adventure when we start, and there is a problem in this little camp that you have to fix by going deep into the woods and figuring out how to bring the peace back. So it's very interesting. I've run it once with 8 different new players. No one has played D&D before, and it took 6 hours. But I think you guys can do it in 3.5.
Hey, I'm taking a back seat on that one. I'll just be producing, hanging out, chatting shit about you guys the entire time.
Yeah, hang on, chat with me. Chat with me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're still playing by midnight, I'll pop in because it'll be my birthday. But I hope you aren't.
No, that's not the plan. I would like to try and not do it for that long, but we'll see. This will be the second time, and I've run it for experienced players. This will be the first time I'm running it with experienced players. So, but that will be next week. Rocky is making all the wonderful maps, courtesy of Dungeon Draft, which is phenomenal. And I'm definitely gonna buy that program because it's beautiful.
Yeah, we're almost done with the second map, and there's just one more.
One more. Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, and this will be on Roll20, so stuff you're familiar with and everything like that. So it should be a good time.
What's
Also,
the? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Miranda, knowing that that's your birthday, it makes so much sense now.
The 22nd, not the 21st. The 22nd.
No, but
Wednesday.
you're a cusp, and that makes so much sense.
Oh. Capricorn.
No, we're not
Yeah.
doing this. We're not
Capricorn,
doing this
baby.
again.
Yeah. You're a
And
sag
it was
cap
winter
cusp.
solstice the year I was born.
You're a sag cap cusp, and that makes a lot of sense.
All of this is hooey. It is all hooey.
Come on, Kendall, you
No.
liked it when we did it for Wild Entropy.
Yeah, we did everybody's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for my character.
Yes, for your character.
We did it for.
Well, yeah, you did it for me in real
Yeah.
life, and then I was like, no.
I
Yeah.
don't know what this
Yes.
means, but apparently a whole bunch of my other stuff is in Gemini? Something like that?
That
I
tracks.
don't know.
That tracks.
Nikki would know.
I would know. I'm also a Gemini.
Oh,
Okay.
is that the way you are? The way you are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I literally decided
Two-faced?
that
Nikki is two-faced?
I literally
I have
decided
a very charming personality, and then if you fuck me over, you're gonna get fucked back, and not in a good way.
Wow, this is recorded. So
Boundaries.
Nikki
I was like, hold on. Let's walk this back a second.
Nikki being a Gemini is the reason that I picked Gemini for Lilith. So yeah. Anyway,
Can we
I'm not
talk
happy
about
to-
literally anything else?
Kendall, you were going to say something about the one shot. Damn. Dead air.
He talked it's such a big game, and then he just whiffed.
Kendall
And then he plays a wizard.
EXE has stopped working.
Beth and I are playing the most adorable couple in the one shot. We were
Oh!
dating last night.
He has opinions.
For the uninitiated, anytime Rocky's kids walk into the room, we drink.
So Beth's character.
Joke's on you. He's been in here for a few minutes, so chug.
It's 11%,
Beth's
Rocky.
character's spell focus is a shiny rock that my druid gave her, and my druid just goes like fennec fox and kangaroo rat to like hide in her pocket when she's scared.
Yes.
I feel like these characters would get along with Kata and Faye.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're super secret. They're actually Milo and Kita from Atlanta.
Yes.
I don't know if it was that secret, but I threw up in my mouth a little. Here we are.
It was never secret.
So, if for whatever reason I'm actually able to like play in Power Word Play, I have a character.
I love him. He's my favorite.
The art is fantastic.
The art is fantastic.
He's old as dirt.
And will be the only other adult in the freaking party for Kessim.
Hey, I'm a grown-ass man. All 2.5 of me. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. What does the roster look like for your one-shot? I know Keith is a face that we don't normally see on Power Word Play, but for the rest of the makeup, what is it?
So let me actually go and look at that because I haven't. But basically, we have Keith, who he initially was going to be a druid, but I think is changing now that we have kind of another druid that's going through. So I don't know quite yet what he's playing. You've heard about Alexandra's character. Beth is playing I believe Scribe Wizard is what we've settled on. Yes, that is supposed to be kind of Milo-esque, like huge nerd. And then we also have Will's character, who is...
He's the Luxodon.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be some nonsense. You better look up your you better look up your grappling rules. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have that, and then we also have Alex is reviving a half-orc barbarian that is named Snack.
Yes, she's named Snack.
Hello, ma'am.
Is she also Australian?
Yes, she is.
Rocky.
This is the one that
Crikey.
like lived through everything. So we'll see if she makes it through mine.
Yeah, we will see.
Different name though.
Different
name.
She's a barbarian.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And
Joe was a
blood
blood
hunters
hunter.
are ass. Yes.
Yes. So.
Hey, save your life. I'm just saying.
Yes, she has an ex named Pringle, and I gave her uncommon item, and it's a bag of tricks. So it's a snack pack, and they will be named various things like Dorito, Frito, Cheeto, and...
Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today. We thank you for tuning in. I know that this has been different from what we normally do because you were expecting the full game today. As always, we would like to have a shout out to Syrinscape. I kind of just rolled into it, but
no, go do it.
Yeah. Shout out to Syrinscape for our music all the time, and sorry we had to change of plans with some personal stuff come up, but. Come back, meet us next week for Nikki's one shot, and then we will have our holiday hiatus, and we will be back January 4th? 4th. And that's Power Word Play, and we're out.
Bye.
Bye.